Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap that bell icon so you miss any of my future videos. In front of us we have the Sony Walkman SRF-39. It's an AM FM stereo headset portable radio. I bought this for around 15 bucks used off eBay, and here it is. Not the greatest example, just pretty much cosmetic issues, that's about it. But it runs great, we'll talk about that. Let's go over dimensions real quick. We have 2 1/8 of an inch across, 3.5 inches tall, 1 inch in thickness, and 1 1/4 inches with the belt clip. There you go. A little bit of size comparison here. I got some radios I brought out. First, you always get to see the CC pocket. I like to use that as my benchmark for size. There you go. You get a general idea. It's a little shorter in size there. Liking that. I like the small compact form factor. Next is a good one. The Sony SRF-39. There you go. Now that radio, a lot of people like for AM and FM. And it's a decent radio. I like it too. But I'm finding that I think this 39 is the better radio. Alright, next we have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He covered up the radio. Where'd it go? There it is. That's pretty funny, huh? So yeah, it's smaller than a deck of cards. Very nice. There you are. So it gives you a general idea. Flip them around. Deck of cards. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about features of this Sony SRF-39. Right away, small size. I like that. It doesn't have a speaker, so it's a headset-only radio, but it is FM stereo, which is beautiful. Going to the left-hand side, we have volume. Very simple. To the front of the radio, we have Sony. In our top there, we have FM 88 to 108. In the bottom, we have AM 530 to 1700 kilohertz. And you'll see it's got a nice wide orange indicator. I've noticed it's fairly accurate-ish on the AM dial. Not so much on FM. It's a bit off on FM, but it's, you kind of get an idea where you're at when you're tuning. But on AM, it's good. It's somewhat close since I use AM mainly on my radios. And then it looks like you get a log scale, which is surprising on a small little radio like that. Awesome. Here we have a power on-off switch. No indicating light to say the radio's on. So if that switch is up, you can drain the battery and not know it if you don't have the headphones on. FM AM Walkman. Like I said, it's got some cosmetic scratches. I'm not worried about it. It's had some previous loving. Right hand side with a tuning wheel to tune your dial here. It's an all analog radio, which is really nice. No DSPs to worry about. In this day and age, an all analog radio is really nice to listen to. And boy, is this one a treat. We'll talk about it. A couple switches. And if you look over here on the back, it tells you what they are. So the first one's a band select switch. AM being the down position and FM being the top position. And the switch below it is when you're in FM, there's a DX local mode. So you have DX local. For me, where I live, DX is on all the time. Here we have, what's this tuning? Here we have the belt clip on the back. And the belt clip can come off if you push this. I'm thinking about taking this off because it just rattles a lot. So let's see if we can get this off on camera. You really got to push. And you know what? It's going to stay on. It's like, muscle man, I can do it. Hold on. Gosh. There it is. Okay, we're going to... Actually, I was hating on belt clips for a while, but I actually am starting to use them, so I save them. We'll leave that off for now. Under the belt clip, it says Sony DC 1.5 volts, size AA, so it takes 1 AA battery. Made in Malaysia. Okay, and you can see what the belt clip fits into. Yeah, it looks like there's a little gouge right there underneath there. No biggie. Here is our battery compartment. 2 screws to hold the radio together. Going into our battery compartment, this door just comes off. It's not hinged, so you might lose that. Be careful. There's a AA battery, and if you look here, it looks like the positive is facing to the right. Just pull it up and look. There you go. So the positive of the battery is facing to the right when looking at the radio from the back side. So yep, AA is pretty neat. I love radios that run on 1 AA battery, and they get a decent life, about 40 to 50 hours. It's not a bad thing. Okay, so that's pretty much the radio, except for the top here, we have the headphone jack. You notice the green ring? That means FM stereo. It does not say FM stereo anywhere on the radio, but I figured it being a Sony Walkman, it would be stereo, and this thing does great, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. The audio that comes out of here is halfway decent, though on the lowest level I do notice you can still hear the station, but it's very, very quiet, but you can still make out the station at the lowest volume setting. Hiss is very minimal, not too bad. And when you're on FM, stereo sounds fantastic. The audio is amazing. When you're on the medium wave or AM band, it sounds very bassy, a bit low tone, but it's not too muddy. And meaning muddy, it's not too muffled. You can definitely make out what they're saying, so it's a pleasing tone to listen to. It's not as harsh or high or tinny sounding, which is good when you're listening to the AM band. So I like it. I wish it was a little brighter sounding, but not too bad. Okay, so there's that. So let's talk about FM reception, and then we'll go into maybe doing an AM band scan, see what we can find with this thing. Doing a little bit of daytime listening. I'll talk about that in a moment. So FM reception report. I actually do this because I don't like to go through the FM band and worry about copy strikes. So what we'll do is talk about it. And what I do is I take this upstairs, hook up my headphones for the antenna, of course. It uses the headphones for the antenna. And I sit there and I try to find every station I can on that dial by moving the radio in various directions to get best reception. And believe me, you have to move the radio around quite a bit to get the best reception. So here we go. So FM sensitivity is above average for an analog radio. Pretty surprised. It found 55 stations on average. Most analog radios find 48. So it rated about 2.5 stars at okay to good, almost in the 3-star category, which is around 60 stations found. It starts at the 3-star rating. But believe me, okay to good, the middle of the road, is the best. Now I do rate it 5 stars, fair, okay, good, very good, and excellent. That's how that works. So okay to good is an average of most of my analog radios. So this is above average, awesome. FM selectivity. I'm going to rate it 3 stars and I rate it good. It's the first time I think I've given an FM selectivity above FM sensitivity. The selectivity on here is really nice. I noticed that I could get faint stations, quite a few of them, and the only problem I was limited by was the antenna, by the headphones. And I could hear a lot of different things, but I couldn't really copy what they were saying, so I couldn't really mark it as a station found because I couldn't get any decent reception on some of them, but I knew they were there. So if it had a better antenna, say a whip antenna or something, I definitely could pick up more. But the selectivity was really good on that. And then talking about that FM stereo, when I had the headphones and I was doing the FM band scan, I noticed almost every station on here was coming in stereo, even ones that were fringe. It was trying to get a wide FM stereo signal, which was amazing. I mean, we're talking almost, I would say 90% of those stations were trying to come in stereo. So if you're looking for an FM stereo radio, this is the one to get. Analog, it's just a beautiful sounding radio. I love it. And it's just simple, and simple is good. So yeah, I'm having fun with that. So there you go. There's our FM reception report. I like to do that, above average, and great FM stereo. Gotta love it. So let's go ahead. We're going to plug this into a radio so you can hear what's going on, since headphones won't work here. I have a GPX R602B, and it's this goofy looking radio here. Here you go. There's local time, 10:13 p.m. Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois. I used to use this radio. I don't anymore. Mainly just use it for external audio. So what I did is I plugged in a line in here. We're going to plug this cable to the Walkman. And we're going to use that as our external speaker so you can hear what's going on the AM band scan. So I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in here. Pretty basic setup. Leave the bell clip off because that was fun removing, right? And yeah, we'll tune the band. So I'm going to go ahead. I might lower this down. I don't know. If I do, I might be bumping stuff, but so you can get a good look at that dial as I go. The bottom of the band. Now I had this going today during the day, and I noticed the stations towards the bottom half were really nice and strong. When I was getting towards the top of the dial, say from 1100 up 1700, you could hear quite a bit. It was very faint, and you really had to jam up the volume to hear it. Now in the evening, last evening, I was able to pick up quite a few faint stations across the whole dial, and I did notice this similar thing happening, so we'll see if that's the same tonight. So let's go ahead and turn everything on. I'm going to turn on the speaker. Turn that up, and then I'm going to turn this on and not jam you away. I think I had everything turned off here. That would make noise. So we're going to scroll up to the band, see what we can ID. I have my trusty Skywave here. Again, there's the time again, 10:11. Okay, so the GPX was a little fast. I think this is better time, 10:11 p.m. Central Daylight Time near Chicago. And yeah, we'll use this as a frequency checker. Always does a good job. Get handy to my left here. Okay, so our volume's on the left here, tuning on the right. I'm going to try to go slow.
to help them. If they deviate from this grouping, they actually lose out on promotions. They lose out on pay. So
I haven't taken this radio out, but the ferrite antenna is definitely running in this direction here. So I'm pointing it to the south and north here at the moment, and then I'm picking up Milwaukee, and this should be 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts at night.
To stop providing them anybody who has woken up to the reality of how corrupt the media are need to stop giving them any legitimacy or treating them as if they are legitimate purveyors of facts. They have demonstrated through their own...
Okay, that might have been actually 560. I'm going back. Because the station's coming in clear in the wrong direction. I was thinking about the Skyway, we can direct enter.
Want to be friends with them.
Okay, so that's 560. What I want to do, since we have the time here, let's see if we can't pick up 540.
Want to be written.
Okay, I've just picked it up. It's very faint. This is WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. That's why I didn't hear it. Yeah, you can hear it saying ESPN radio. Okay, I just wanted to check I could find it. It's there. Okay, 560 WIND, Chicago. I was wondering why I was coming in so clear.
Touch that dial.
Okay, they got country music. I think I'm on 630 here right now. I'm just going to double check that. Sounds like it. Okay, let's turn that back up and just double check it. Okay. Sounds like I'm getting two stations there. Yep. So it sounds like that's 630 CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, which is about 310 miles, 6,000 watts. Okay. So the radio can do it.
Up to $13,000 off MSRP and 2019 F-150 4x4 crew cab. We've got great prices on a whole load of Rangers as well.
$650.
And first responders get up to an extra $1,000 in factory rebates. And with each purchase, you get your choice of a bed liner, WeatherTech front floor liners, or 25 quick trip car washes. No wonder so many people love to buy their cars and trucks from Hiller Ford.
Okay, so that's interesting. We were picking up something else there, music-wise, on the lower stations. Well, I don't know what we were listening to. Maybe we were listening to 570. Very interesting. So 620. This is WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 52 miles, 10,000 watts. So CFCO hasn't been found yet. Hopefully we'll get to that.
When my bike seemed to run out of gas. I was keeping track and should have had 100 miles left in the tank, but it just quit. And when I tried to restart it, the electric starter wouldn't work. I got real mad at God because I was in the middle of nowhere. Then I noticed an emergency.
So here we are. Now we're on 630. This is hopefully CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, though. They're having some kind of story going on. I don't know if it's not. Usually it's country music. 310 miles, 6,000 watts. The challenge to tune tonight, I think it's the same with the Skywave. This is 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, with the Hispanic music. 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. Okay, so we know that's WSM Nashville. You can't mistake that. Yeah, definitely. Rockin. WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles on 650. Beautiful. Okay, I can't jam the music too long. Okay, so the next station is going to be a strong local.
Saying thank you for listening and goodbye from beautiful and historic Wrigley Field in Chicago. The final tonight, the Cincinnati Reds 4 and the Chicago Cubs 2. This has been a presentation.
Yeah, go Cubs. Hello. Oh, come on, guys. All right, so yeah, 670 The Score, WSCR, Chicago, Illinois, home of the Cubs.
Radio.com Sports, presented by Indeed. Postage on runs workshops, special events, and over 80 films from around the world.
This is 700. WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
For more information on the Over the Rhine International Film Festival, follow them on social media at OTR Film Fest or visit OTRFilmFest.org.
There you go.
Idling your engine gets you nowhere and causes air pollution.
So yeah, did I tell you the distance? WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles? I think I did.
It'll help us all breathe easier because it all adds
I'm probably not going to get New York here.
Your to-do list.
It's right in between.
But you're smart.
There it is.
Very normal thing in the course of business here, but just paying monthly, it's like having a maid. You pay to pay having somebody do your yard. You don't have a lawn care.
This is WOR 710, New York, New York, 750 miles. I'm surprised I'm finding it because 700, WLW, and then WGN 720 are locals to me.
Other than your house, stay that in. So, yeah, definitely like above your emergency fund, you're in bed, you get 4,006. Yes, that's how it is. It's not about the return, it's about HDMI. It's just such a rip-off.
Awesome. Yeah. This little radio is really good. It's just, you know, there's the SRF-39 AM, and I think that's that federal prison one where it's clear and they say that's a real hot radio. That's the one to get. I haven't been able to get one. And I thought, you know what? I wonder if the regular 39 is good. And I'll bet you it is, because this thing is just really amazing. Loving it. As you can tell, the dial seems pretty calibrated there. Let me see if I can get that up to the camera. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to 720.
And on one hop, took that one for the team in the seats. But he also got the souvenir, so to him, it's worth it.
So here we are, 720 WGN Chicago, White Sox game playing.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
I love you.
Okay, that is Zoomer Radio coming in really good. CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Yeah, that is great. Loving it. Yeah, last night I was getting all these stations. It was great. So I'm getting it tonight too. Beautiful.
That may not be a great idea. A better idea may be to take cash out of your home with a Quicken Loans 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%. APR 4.22%. Call us.
750 WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
8% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states.
Hoping to get call letters here, but we gotta keep going, I think. Okay, I don't know what kind of music they're playing there.
Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright.
Here we are on 760 WJR Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
Mission kit. That's 800-501-3689.
Which is very expensive and very hard to organize. They also have some components which were kind of from...
There's a bit of static here, but I'm hearing WABC, and I can listen to what they're saying, which is nice. 770, New York City, New York, 750 miles. So yeah, very cool. Getting selectivity between 760 and 780 because WJR Detroit's strong and WBBM Chicago is strong. So awesome.
The development of the Angara, the critical launcher,
Even got better.
which had to replace the Proton, which is a workhorse. So that was delaying for years and years. The rocket, for the first time, Angara flew in 2014,
And now here we are, half a decade later, and it's yet to buy
Is the best. Have you been injured on the job? Hi, I'm Steve Malman of Malman Law. For more than 25 years, we've handled thousands.
So WBBM 780 Chicago.
Millions for our injured clients. If
the Christian or Jewish holiday, so of course they get off. The kids would not get off to go to a Trump rally. I think that's fair to say. They wouldn't get to wear their MAGA hats and skip class for that. But politics is religion for the left. Environmentalism is the clearest example of all. But this is not a political rally.
So 810 here, we are at WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles. So you can tell this thing's a little DXer at night. And like I say, it's average to okay during the day. You're able to hear stations, but they are fairly quiet. This one's doing pretty good, though.
Organizing the so-called protest.
The 53rd appearance. There was a cutter and a forced fastball off and cutter. High 80s fastball.
WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, on 830. This is 310 miles. Minnesota Twins playing.
And the first pitch, he is right down the middle. At 93, a strike taken, bell tie, 0-1 count.
Very nice.
And yet, for some reason, he gets jobs in walking distance of the Oval Office.
I think we're 840, but it's a little quiet. Yeah, this guy was having a hard time. Excuse me. Picking this up.
Several times over. Wilson wanted more.
Second baseman was set. And he throws out no one. And an 0 for 4 now is probably going to end that on-base streak for.
Okay, I'm picking up KOA Denver here. This is Denver, Colorado. 890 miles on 8:50 a.m. Very nice. Very capable. CJBC 860 Toronto. Yeah, 460 miles. Not coming in as clear. There we go.
Story with the bad tab on this guy. I mean, I'm talking. It is just as
WWL New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles on 870. Beautiful.
Videos. Didn't show his face, but they showed his tattoos that just busted him, right? All his tats on his arms just wrote him off.
All right, this little $15 radio. Rockin'.
And they got him.
Loving it.
All the photos on his arms, right, are just it's him.
If they hold on here, will be 3-2 against the Rockies this year. Took 2 out of 3 at Citi Field. 2-1 pitch. At the knees, a fastball.
This is 880 WCBS, New York, New York, 750 miles. Sweet. Coming in good.
Sitting near or behind the Mets dugout.
Doing the Mets and the Rockies.
Are you an overthinker?
890 WLS Chicago. I'm going to kind of go a little quicker now.
It causes hundreds of dollars in damage.
Guaranteed not to change for the next. We have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize.
This should be WMVP Chicago 1000. Like I said, I'm just going to jump ahead here and then give you an idea where it tops out. Here we go, WMVP Chicago.
You're probably paying more than you should. Call Term Busters at 1-866.
Agency owner at West Penn Life and Health in Washington. My staff and I represent several Medicare health plans that you know and
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 450 miles.
Medicare can be These all learned, guided by and experience. Climb out there with him.
This is WHO. having a hard time getting it. It's fading a little bit, but yeah, this is WHO Des Moines, Iowa. 280 miles. Let's keep going.
Saudi Arabia putting on its best face in the wake of
WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. 1100 here. Distance is 345 miles.
There's a great deal of skepticism in the market as to whether they can meet the promises of...
Downtown at the Arch in downtown Clayton, or see RoofsChris.com.
1120 KMOX.
Go-kart racing has arrived.
St. Louis, Missouri. 275 miles.
Doubled in size and 10 times more exciting.
It's getting a little harder to tune. It's a little stiff tuner. Not a bad thing though if you put it in your pocket or bump into it.
Like this. Your full-service digital partner. Go to intercom.com. Drinks not included. Low testosterone happens to every single guy. So it's kind of ridiculous to be
1140 WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, which is about 665 miles away.
And if you're running low, you must be the rest of...
Okay, I think this is a local. WYLL, Chicago, Illinois. We're just going to go all the way to the top now. So you can tell there's a lot to hunt here. I'm going to back up so you can hear it.
Tom. Hello, Jimbo. Shout out to Frank in Cumberland. Audrey.
Probably 1530.
Both watched this happen over the course
WCKY.
All right. And all of these
Music there, 1630. I think we jumped up to KCJJ, Iowa City, Iowa. About 175 miles, 1,000 watts at night. I'm going to verify that, because that's a good sound there. I like that. Oh, frequency, you can just type it in. It's a Skywave, which is really nice. Direct entry. Yep, we're at 1630. Awesome. Okay, I think this is 16. I'm going to find out what this is. Okay, it's 1680. I don't think I have anything written down for that. Oh, maybe it's Grand Rapids. No, it's not. It's pointed to the wrong direction for Grand Rapids. Maybe it's a local. Seems like a local the way it's letting me go different directions, but that's 1680. Okay, it's tops out 1680. I can't get 1700. Okay, is that it? Let's see. Nope, not finding it. So I think we're good. I think this is it. Yeah, so about 1680 is where it stops. All right, there we go. We'll turn it off. So the Sony FM AM Walkman SRF-39. Is it a deal? Yeah, $15. I would buy this all day long. I don't care what it looks like. This thing is fantastic. Analog radio. with a bell clip headset only, but for $15, this thing, you can hear everything on AM during day and evening. It's amazing. FM is beautiful sounding. Like I told you, the stereo is just fantastic. Sony does a great job with FM stereo sound. Just sounds great with headphones, depending on what type you have. I'm sure you get different experiences, but it will sound good, trust me. So if you enjoyed the video presentation of the Sony SRF-39 and my recommendation to buy it, links below to this radio. Check it out. I think you'll be very, very happy. I mean, if you own this one already, this is worth buying. It's a smaller radio, takes the one battery still, and it's just better, I think. I really like it. I think it picks up, I think it's just a little bit the edge, has a little edge to it in performance. I'm going to give it to the 39 here for sure. If I was to have to choose between both, this is the one I'd want right here. This is it. Yeah, and I did a video with this one. I like this one, but yeah, I'm really liking this more. Of course, too, if you're a Sony fanboy or Sony fangirl, subscribe at the bell icon of future videos featuring Sony radios. Yes, I have more coming because I collect the heck out of the Sonys. I love Sonys. That Realistic and Panasonic, those all make the bill, but this one is one of my favorites. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the SRF-39. Do you have this one? Do you have the Federal Prison one? Let me know. Does it sound about right? Reception-wise, this thing is just perfect. I love it. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.